2000 here, and I am reading out some intel today. The first time we beat the machine, I went ahead and read all of the preseason intel, all 20 Requiem, 8 Omegas, 9 Maxes, and 22 Dark Ethers. Today I will be going through the Season 1 intel. I will be going through exclusive content soon, which is just the Onslaught. I need one more for the Pines, and then we need Raid to be, oh, here's Holiday Onslaught, which I need to play that. Kill 25 zombies frozen by snowballs. Okay, well, I need to do that. Oh, I guess I already have a gold chalice on that. Well, what map does that put us in? I guess I'll figure that out later. Maybe it's just like random maps. Anyways, we have the Pines, we just need Satellite, and I did play the Pines, but it's not tracking my chalices for some cool reason. I'm guessing they'll also take that away anyway. So, yes, I will be reading the exclusive content. It'll be like part 1 and 2, because, I didn't get to them before the extra intel was, added into the game, as well as Pines and Raid. But we do have this declassified, which we'll go over first. Lost Signals, declassified logs, 1944, 0309. The last few days have been a blur, but I must record these events regardless of how preposterous they may seem. We activated the cyclotron at 10:03 p.m. 2 nights ago. Whatever energies were released, they had a profound effect on the men standing within 10 feet of the breach. They fell where they stood, only to rise again, moaning and screaming, their flesh necrotized. We immediately reported all of this to our superiors at Urivarin. Rather than a reprimand, Berlin responded with great interest, encouraging us to further study the space-time rift. This is now our top priority. Atomic weapons research is on the back burner. And we got 1975-0830. Effective immediately, this KGB group is established to identify, study, and weaponize psychotronic phenomenon such as biocommunication, bioinformation, and bioenergetics. It will compromise specialists from Spetsgruppe Alpha, Spetsgruppe Vilpel, and Spetsgruppe Smerch, yeah. While operations will be military, key personnel are being requisitioned from experimental research programs to investigate possible weapons applications of any exoscientific phenomenon encountered. Area of operations is global, but all missions are strictly covert. Neither the Soviet people nor outside world can be aware of its existence or purpose. Alright, so we got Requiem here. I don't believe the descriptions are any different. Alright, so first up we got 3 Requiems. Our first is some audio logs. Exo Element 1. Dr. Vogel discovers an element from the Dark Ether as a source of his men's transformation. It is classified as Exo Element 1.
Vogel, 16th of March, 1944.
Wait, hold on. I want to do something really quick. There we go.
Vogel, 16th of March, 1944. We have finally isolated an unknown element. The man who got transformed by the cyclotron accident. Even at this early stage, it is clearly a remarkable substance. For now, we have classified it as Exo Element 1. Kurtz suggested Vogelium. Such an ass kisser. The current theory is that at sufficient concentrations, Exo Element 1 triggers the horrific transformation experienced by the man closest to the cyclotron rift. I'm currently designing a chamber to withdraw Exo Element 1 from the occupant. My hope is to somehow purify the men, reverse their necrotic condition. If we can learn to control the necrotization process, I believe it could be weaponized. Imagine an army of unkillable soldiers. Even at this late point in the war, I may have found the key to saving the Reich.
I'm guessing exo element 1 is 115. Dr. Vogel and Dr. Kurtz discussed their new orders from the Reichstag.
Dr. Kurtz, you have memorized the new orders, yes? Did you burn after reading?
Ja, Vogel. And I thought security was tight before the accident. Do you think we can actually accomplish what the Reichstag is asking for?
I would not have suggested it if I did not think it achievable. But let us guard against overconfidence. If we do not deliver, they will find someone who can. And I am not about to give up control of this discovery. All we need is to send through a few volunteers to measure the specific relativistic differential.
Volunteers? Would you take on such a task?
Mind your words, Dr. Kurtz. I would hate for someone to question your commitment.
You are recording this.
What we do now will ensure the Chancellor's dream of a 1,000-year Reich. There must be a record.
Alright. We've got one document. Dr. Vogel entry 203, an entry torn from Dr. Vogel's personal diary, chronicling the incident and its aftermath. Uraverin has taken great interest in Project End Station's discovery. Entry 203, 9th March 1944, Dr. Udris Vogel. The last few days have been a blur, but I must record these events regardless of how prosperous they will seem. We activated the cyclotron at 10:03 p.m. 2 nights ago. I knew immediately Dr. Kurtz's modifications had gone too far. There was a sound like a high-pitched turbine crossed a human scream. Then it looked as if the air itself ripped open and the radiation alarms went off. I immediately tried to cut the cyclotron's power, but the machine continued humming along. Whatever energies were released, they had a profound effect on the men standing within 10 feet of the breach. They fell where they stood, only to rise again, moaning and screaming, their flesh necrotized. As they attacked the rest of the staff, I ordered the cyclotron chamber sealed. We have since captured our undead personnel and placed them under observation, but I have no idea why any of them are still conscious, since not one has a pulse or any ordinary life signs. While I help the medical staff try to find a way to reverse these men's condition, Dr. Kurtz has been studying the strange tear that manifested on the cyclotron. He posits that it is actually a hole in space-time, and that another world can be glimpsed through it. Furthermore, there seems to be a strange relativistic discrepancy between us and this other dimension. For lack of a better term, we immediately reported all of this to our superiors at Uraverin. Rather than a reprimand, Berlin responds with great interest, encouraging us to further study the space-time rift. This is now a top priority. Atomic weapons research is on the back burner. The thought that we have ascended a dimension where time passes at a different rate presents us with a remarkable tactical opportunity. The Führer himself understands the implications. He has taken a personal interest in Project End Station, and that is one man I dare not disappoint. Is this thing broken? I guess not. Whoops. Alright, so next up is Omega, 2 audio logs. Dr. Alexandra Valentina, lead scientist of Omega's group Psychotronics Research, reports that she has given the order to reactivate the Project End Station cyclotron.
This is Dr. Alexandra Valentina, Psychotronics Research Lead for Omega Group. It is the 1st of November 1983. I have just given the order to reactivate the Project End Station particle accelerator. It is a monumental moment in Soviet history. Some, including myself, might even call it a turning point. 2 officers have volunteered for the task. Their courage happened so quickly. 4 months of research, testing, planning, and staging. I must thank Chairman Chebrikov, Chairman Andropov, and the rest of the Politburo. Without their support, Operation Undertaker would not have been possible. With the cyclotron reactivation, not only will we reopen the dimensional gates first discovered by the Germans 40 years ago, but also additional dimensional gates around the globe. With these new gateways opened, we will proceed to phase 2 and begin the real work. Research of this new dimension and the development of new technologies. These technologies will be critical to our future. It is the turning point that will put us well ahead of our enemies in the West. We were the first. We are the last.
Okay. Next phase. Dr. William Peck, lead scientist of Omega's group, Exoscientific Phenomenon Research, reports that Operation Undertaker was a success, paving the way for the next phase of Omega Group's plan.
Personal law. Dr. William Peck, November 3rd, 1983. Operation Undertaker has been declared a resounding success. Intel has reported in from around the globe, confirmed the existence of multiple dimensional gates. To the surprise of many, including myself, it appears Dr. Valentina's hypothesis was correct. In fact, her results have surpassed expectations. Credit where credit is due. But now we are on to phase 2, where my expertise comes into play. I received a report that a live specimen has already been acquired and transported to my facility for analysis. The organisms of this other world are unlike anything I've seen. There is so much we can learn from them. It's not just the creatures. It's these crystalline growths. The Colonel wants weapons. Why stop there? You can do so much more.
Okay. We've got 3 documents. Omega Group Formation, a government document from the State Security Sharing Committee approving the formation of Omega Group. On creation of new Special Operations Unit Omega Group per order of Yuri Andropov, Chairman for State Security. Effective 30 August 1975, KGB Omega Group is established to identify, study, and weaponize the types of psychotronic phenomenon, biocommunication, bioinformation, and bioenergetics. First identified in 1925 by the Soviet Committee for Physical Research and later confirmed at the University of Leningrad Institute for Brain Research and the Czech Coordination Group of Psychotronic Research. Omega Group will comprise hand-picked specialists from Spetsa Group Alpha, Vimpel, Smerch. Tactical support for both foreign and domestic operations will be provided by the first Chief Directorate. The commanding officer of Omega Group will report directly to the Chairman of State Security. While Omega Group operations will be military, key personnel are being requisitioned from experimental research programs to investigate possible weapon applications of any exoscientific phenomenon encountered. Note, the chairman frowns upon the term supernatural. Funding for Omega Group will come from the KGB discretionary budget and will be dispersed proportionate to the scope of Omega operations. Experimental ordnance will be made available on an ongoing basis. Area of operations is global, but all missions are strictly covert. Neither the Soviet people nor the outside world can be aware of Omega Group's existence or purpose. Too bad. We already know. Operation Undertaker. KGB Spetsnaz report on the status of Omega Group Operation Undertaker. Dr. Valentina confirms they are ready to proceed with cyclotron reactivation. Operatsiya Grobishik. Author Dr. Alexander Alexandra Valentina. Background: 23 March, U.S. President Reagan announced a strategic defense initiative. If implemented, SDI constitutes a mortal threat to the Soviet Union. 25 March, KGB Chairman Cherbakov assigns new commanding officer to KGB Spetsnaz Omega Group with orders to restore unit to full readiness and deliver results capable of offsetting the threat of SDI. 26th of March, sorry. 26th of March. The Colonel orders the Mega Group Research and Development Team to scour KGB archives. 15 July. Dr. Alexandra Valentina discovers 2 reels of film in an intelligence vault sealed since 1945. The content of these files, taken at a German site in Poland, codenamed End Station, is flagged for review by the Chairman of State Security. 2nd of August, Chebrikov convenes meeting with Chairman Andropov and top members of Politburo, screening the films and proposing the weaponization of the phenomenon recorded at End Station. Within 2 weeks, approval is given for Operation Undertaker to be carried out by Special Operations Group Omega. Mission status: End Station site in Morasco Meteorite Preserve secure. 28 August. Cover story about unexploded ordnance supports armed perimeter to keep locals away. Dr. Valentina and Dr. William Peck begin examination of abandoned German scientific equipment. 2 months to study by Peck and Valentina confirmed cyclotron and other experimental devices are restored to operational condition. The Colonel is currently dispatching additional Omega teams to End Station for particle acceleration restart. Results will be provided to the Chairman after 2nd November. Dr. Alexandra Valentina, Psychiatrics Research Lead, Omega Group. Man. Case on site. KGB Spetsnaz report detailing the next phase of Omega Group's operation. Construction has begun on a new facility in Vietnam. Ooh, this is what they were talking about. Because they said in the new intel, we'll get some, a little teaser of the next map. Reopersia redacted. Author Dr. William Peck. Background: 16 August, Operation Undertaker is given formal approval to be carried out by Special Operations Group Omega. 1st November. Operation Undertaker is completed. Dimensional gateways open around the world, including one near the Huong Ho district of Quang Tri Province, Socialist Republic of Vietnam. 8 November. Chairman Cherbakov comes to an agreement with Chairman Pham Van Dong to construct a KGB Spetsnaz Omega Group facility outside district capital Khe Sanh. 9 November. Approval is given for Operation Redacted to be carried out by Special Operations Group Omega. 11 November. Construction begins for Omega Group site near Khe Sanh. Mission status: Omega Group operation site secure near Khe Sanh on 11th November. Cover story about recently discovered U.S. chemical weapon being accidentally detonated has successfully resonated throughout the community. Site construction has begun. With completion anticipated by 15 February, the Colonel has expressed in using site to begin testing on Redacted. Additionally, Operation Redacted will focus on further testing with redacted text. Formal request to begin curating volunteers for experimentation has been submitted, pending approval. Expect our first full report before March. Dr. William Peck, Exoscientific Phenomenon Research Lead, Omega Group. Alright, so it does seem like we will be getting the Vietnam map. So here we got Max's 3 radio transmissions. The new threat. Agent Maxis suspects Omega's group research is far ahead of Requiem's.
Hate to break it to you, but this event isn't an isolated incident. Russian forces are mobilizing in multiple locations across the world, and right now you're weeks, if not months, behind them. I wasn't sure at first, but now I know who they are. A little-known offshoot of the KGB known as the Omega Group. I'd seen mention of their activities a few times over the years, but I'd never given it much credence. Up until recently. What the fuck is exoscience anyway?
Divided loyalties. Agent Maxis muses on the shifting geopolitical landscape and the loyalties of Rec Room Strike Team.
So right now, I'm looking at the big bad Russian boogeyman that we know as Omega. Then, the other side, there's you. CIA-backed department known as Requiem. You know much about them? Or do you just follow orders? I suspect the latter. And I thank you for your service. But this isn't me ragging on your operation. God knows me and Weaver got a history, so a whole lot in common. But there's always the question, the worry, of divided loyalties. Weaver's half Russian, I'm German. Who are you fighting in World War II? You sure you know who the enemy is now? This is a new landscape. None of this is what any of us are used to. I'm going to do my part while you do yours. I think there's a lot more to this than we know.
Shared history, old friends. Agent Maxis provides some insight into her history with Officer Weaver.
I want you to know that I've been in your shoes. And you can trust Weaver. He's a good man to have in the corner. A good boss. Back in the 70s, West Germany was a major investor and supplier to Iran. In exchange for oil and gas, we propped up their steel industry and aided their nuclear power program. I was there in '79 when the revolution kicked off. Western intelligence agencies coordinated with the CIA to ensure the Shah's safe extraction to the U.S. But a lot of diplomats and citizens weren't so lucky. Me included. If it wasn't for Weaver's intervention and willingness to go off the books, I'd be a forgotten memory by now. Trust him. Trust me. For now, I'm going to have to go dark. I'm en route to meet a contact from Southeast Asia. He said he knows exactly what the Omega Group is planning.
Where's Edward, man? Alright, so we got Dark Ether, we got 10 intel, 2 audio logs here. Lost Souls Fritz, we thought the mission would be quick. How hopeful we were. Lost Souls Piotr. Atmospheric readings match crystal radiation signatures. Personal contamination remains in safety range.
Field report. Lost contact with Union, but continue to gather samples until comrades are required. Atmospheric readings match crystal radiation signature. So this stuff is everywhere. Personal contamination remains in safety range. 4 hostile contacts today. I killed 3 with small arms flare. The other I avoided. May attempt engaging after I find my squad. There is much to explore here. Stand by for additional reports.
Alright, We got 3 documents. Day 4100. The stranger has learned of a powerful overlord. Day 4100. Found one of the big ones dead today. Had the impression they left each other alone, but it was clear from wounds they fought among themselves. There is talk here that one of the overlords is hunting the rest. Sounded like crazy talk, especially because some now worship the giants, but I have seen enough to believe it. If one of the giants is opposing his will on the rest, I shudder to think what new order may emerge. You know, there's been theories that the big monster we get to see in D Machine is actually the Victus crew, because he also, you know, gives you a max ammo. So who knows? That might be it. And especially if one of the overlords or the elder gods is fighting each other and kind of trying to rule, it might be the Victus crew in that body. Day 13,784. Very big development today. Passed through another weak spot and found a device set to frequency I use for broadcast. My previous transmissions were right there on screen. No longer feel like I am talking to the void. When I got pulled back here, I set my transmitter to indicate if receiving device has been used. Waiting now for any sign that someone is on the other end. Feels strange, after all this time, having something to look forward to. Hello? Confirm these messages are being broadcast to this computer from the dark ether. The stranger is attempting to establish communication. Contact. Hello, you're receiving my messages, yes? I lost hope. Anyone was out there. My friend, whoever you are, keep checking in. Must go now, but we'll contact you soon. Alright, so we got 5 radio transmissions. Alive. I am still alive. I am trapped here.
It was supposed to be over quickly, in and out. But I was separated from the rest of my unit before our extraction. By the time I got to the exfil point, the equipment had been smashed to pieces. This radio is the only thing still functional. There may be no way back for me now. But I will do my duty till my last breath.
Gathering. The congregations in the valleys grow larger.
Like most souls here, I stayed away from others since I arrived. But over the last few months, I have seen ever larger groups congregating in the valleys. I hear their chants echo through the eternal night.
Behemoth. There is a presence here the scale of which I cannot explain.
I have not seen it, but I know it is there. I've seen the destruction left in its wake. Lots of trees, snapped and broken as though they were twigs. It moves with purpose, but it is not a purpose I understand. I have not seen it. I hope I never do.
Dominion. A presence here has corrupted the mind of others.
I met an old comrade this morning. His unit were among the first of our soldiers to pass through to this well. I fear he has lost his mind, as he mostly rambled incoherently, speaking words I could not understand. From the little I could make out, he claims to have been here for many months. This is not possible. He deployed only 1 week before I did.
Damn. Horde. There is a roar in the deep dark.
I have heard its guttural roar echo through the forest like a wounded animal screaming out in pain. I fear they are becoming an army.
Okay. Well, that is it for Season 1. Probably the next time I'll be with Intel is the exclusives. But I am just waiting for, like I said, Raid to be revealed, and yeah, we will be able to play. Also, by the way, June Hell sucks. It's terrible. I don't know what this Holiday Onslaught is, but we'll check it out, I guess. Well, I want to check it out anyway because kill 25 zombies frozen by snowballs gives me a blueprint, so I gotta do that anyway. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new here. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.